Hey, me Matt here. So this was Survivor Series 2002. I remember it well. I was actually doing something for my class, and yeah, I was doing something for my class, and we were late, kind of, getting to the pay-per-view on time, but we did. It was this year at Madison Square Garden. This would have been the first pay-per-view of the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. I talked about this yesterday. For some reason, World Wildlife Fund triumphed against World Wrestling Federation, which was kind of stupid because World Wrestling Federation has been around for fucking ever. But now we're the WWE of World Wrestling Entertainment. So anyways, Survivor Series 2002 was at Madison Square Garden, the mecca of sports. You could have seen it a lot at WrestleMania 10 and the first WrestleMania and what would become to be WrestleMania 20, which would be in 2 years' time at this point. So anyways, the first match was Lance Storm and William Regal of the Un-Americans, and they defeated the Hurricane and Gold Dust. Now this, this to me was kind of bad taste. You had the Un-Americans, which they got it right this time, with 1997 when Team Canada, he only had one Canadian on that team. But in this case, you had the Un-Americans, which were basically 3 Canadian guys and a Brit. So, this match, you had Lance Storm and William Regal. And always, with the fact that you had 9/11 the year before, and it was really risky to see Test walking around with the backwards American flag. It always seemed to be interesting, and it's unfortunate that you have to have Canadians as your heel take team. But whatever, they did beat Hurricane and Goldust. Then you had the Dudley Boys, which consisted of Spike and Bubba Ray. Defeated... Bubba Ray and Spike Dudley and Jeff Hardy defeated 3 Minute Warning, Rosie and Jamal with Rico. Now what was interesting about this was the Dudley Boys broke up a few months earlier with the brand split. So Bubba Ray stayed on Raw with Spike, and Devon stayed on SmackDown and became Reverend Devon with Dave Bautista, or in this case Deacon Bautista, making his debut, which I thought was hilarious. So in this case, Bubba Ray and Spike Dudley were the Dudley Boys. It's still Dudleys, and then they were with Jeff Hardy. Now Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, same thing. Jeff Hardy stayed on Raw, Matt Hardy stayed on SmackDown, and became version 1. This would have been the first time that Matt Hardy was actually sort of in focus as a singles competitor, in a way. So anyhow, this match was a good match. A lot of stunts being pulled, Jeff Hardy falling off, whatever, getting injured. Spike Dudley got injured, leaving Bubba Ray to face Rosie and Jamal himself, or so we thought, with the returning Devon in full Dudley Boys uniform. So the Dudley Boys got back together. And this was cool because you can't have one without the other. I think that the Devon and Bubba Ray team should have stayed together. And they're still relevant to this day. They did retire. I don't know if this means they're going to go back to TNA or they're going to stay retired. But it is what it is. You know, and this was a good match. Then you had the Cruiserweight Championship. Billy Kidman versus Jamie Noble with Nydia. Now, Jamie Noble and Nydia did some funny vignettes, you know. Jamie Noble from the south of Virginia, or West Virginia, I guess. And then, of course, the Hispanic Nydia. An interesting couple. I think I even had a crush on Nydia at some point back then. But anyways, Billy Kidman was the one that defeated Jamie Noble to become the Cruiserweight Champion. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think, yes, it was the Cruiserweight Championship. I had something that I thought was very cool. First time ever, hardcore match between two women. Victoria and Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus was the WWE Women's Champion. And had this ongoing feud with Victoria, who, of course, was brilliant as a psycho heel. She, of course, later went on to TNA as Tara, but there you go. It was an awesome match. Tables and everything, basically, that you would normally expect in a men's hardcore match, with Victoria becoming the new women's champion. So there you go. Then you had the Brock Lesnar Big Show match. Now, Brock Lesnar, of course, being the world's first youngest WWE champion, with Paul Heyman. And then, of course, you had the whole feud with Brock Lesnar. I think this was the one where they had a SmackDown match and Brock Lesnar suplexed Big Show onto the ring and it collapsed. So, it was a good match. You had the WWE champion get squashed. It was Brock Lesnar that lost the match to Big Show because of a double turn. No, not a double turn. A double cross. It was Paul Heyman who, for some reason, turned his back on Brock Lesnar. Which led to the Big Show becoming the WWE champion for the second time. And only time. I keep saying this, I wish after 13 or 14 years later that the Big Show would have captured the WWE Championship again. He was already world champion, so I don't know what the hell the hookup is. But this went on with Paul Heyman being the first Paul Heyman group with Big Show. It was Big Show and Kurt Angle. And someone else, I can't remember. Then you had a tag team championship match. Los Guerreros, Eddie Guerrero, and Chavo Guerrero facing off against Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit, facing off against Edge and Rey Mysterio. And this was, again, you know what? It's a shame that two of these people are no longer with us. It was a good match, despite what people are going to say about, you know, Chris Benoit, this angle that he had, no pun intended, with Kurt Angle. It was pretty cool. And then, of course, Los Guerreros being Eddie and Chavo, nephew and uncle. It was pretty cool to see that. Especially, there was a computer game that I used to play And it was just words. There was no real visuals. And I would make Eddie and Chavo a take team, not knowing that this would actually happen on WWE. So this was cool. And, Edge and Rey Mysterio being the champions, this, to me, was interesting. Because I have no idea that this would have happened. And what a pair that those two were. But Los Guerreros became the new tag team champions. And this would go on for another year maybe. And then it is what it is. And then you had the Triple H. This was the main event for the World Championship. First ever Elimination Chamber, which was brought on by Eric Bischoff. The only thing that Eric Bischoff did amazingly well in his time in WWE was the Elimination Chamber. I mean, this to me was even better than Hell in a Cell. I mean, you get these guys, see these 6 guys, and you put them in pods in this big enclosed cage thing, and then, every 5 minutes they come out, one person will come out like the Royal Rumble, and there's only one winner. How fucking cool is that? So you had Triple H, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Chris Jericho, and Kane, and the long-awaited return since his departure in '99, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, HBK came back after that whole thing where he became a drug-free. Yeah, he found religion or God, whatever, but it was clear-headed, healthy, and everything was great. And it's obvious, a triumphant return, that you would have him become the world champion, beating Triple H as the last guy. So that led to a feud. And so there it is. This to me was a good pay-per-view. Like I said, it brings back memories of watching it. And again, you had Shawn Michaels come back. The Cruiserweight Championship was there. I can't remember when it actually retired. And then, of course, the reunion of the Dudley Boys. Team 3D, what can I say? So that was a good match. A good show. Next year will be interesting. Not a very good year for the WWE, but it'll be interesting nonetheless. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.